I said, yo, this is the Get the Goods podcast. What's good? We got Eugenia here.
We got Erica.
We do got Erica in here. The rarely seen, the world traveling.
Okay.
That might have been in your city yesterday. You wouldn't even know.
Likely was.
Look, she's home here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Mike Floss. Happy to be here, holding it down. I'm saying Cashville's
no
on.
Support on my entrance, but yeah, go ahead.
What was your entrance?
Daddy's home.
Okay, well. So this is the Get the Goods podcast. This is our organization's podcast. It's on the Movement Committee.
It is.
You know, we have a community organization here in Nashville, Tennessee, doing work throughout the state, and as of late, all around the world. You know what I'm saying?
We've been around.
We've been around. But we start every time with the news.
Yeah.
What you got for us?
Man, okay, yeah, I know. So we can only cover so much, but
That's real.
Government shutdown, right?
Yeah.
Congress couldn't agree on a budget, mostly trying to keep some support for Obamacare, and they couldn't agree on it. And apparently, the Senate's supposed to be voting on something to try to keep services going, but I don't know if that's going to be likely to happen too, because the Democrats are like, no, you're gonna make sure people have at least some type of services from Obamacare.
Yeah.
And so y'all can see on like the HUD website, government website, this administration is like, oh, it's the radical left, which is not true.
And it's other government websites too.
Yeah, it's like
not
all of them, right?
Yeah,
Most
I don't know if it's all of them, but it's definitely more than one.
Yeah,
like
the ones that like have the most that are supposed to give the most services. Yeah.
Which makes me feel like this whole shutdown was strategic from jump.
Mm-hmm.
We want to push out a mass message to people who use government aid
to be mad at the radical left when actually it is the radical left is like, no, we want everybody to have social goods.
Exactly.
We want everybody to have access to housing, healthcare.
When
education.
the radical left is uniting across the globe to bring resources to, we may have to bleep it because I heard they're taking down people's videos that use the word, but taking resources to Gaza. Yeah. And they don't want people to understand and unite around a common cause. So they like, yo, how can we be as divisive as we possibly can? Because the UN meeting was a disaster for them. There was only, I think it was 142 or 140 plus countries that was like, we want to recognize Palestine as a state. Yeah. And 10 did not.
Mm-hmm. And the U.S. was one of the 10?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course. So it's just interesting to see like, okay, this mass message is going out to all of these people who may not even be aware of any of those things that's happening. But they're like, we got to gain some ground, which makes me feel like they're losing. Yeah,
they're losing in some ways, losing a narrative fight, which is why so much went into that funeral of that.
Yes, that Hunger Games funeral.
So much went into that display of like trying to rally folks around what is actually a dying, what should be like a dying politic, right? A dying way of being. So yeah, they did a lot of work around their funeral and are like really coasting off of that, even pulling up to TSU, trying to start stuff.
No, for real.
Supporters being like, we finna pull up to TSU, start stuff, got pushed on off campus.
Let me tell you something. They better be lucky. They better be thanking God that somebody intervened and it wasn't just the students. Because we're not going for that. I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
They better be glad that them security and other people on campus intervened before them TSU students got a hold of them folks. Because it would have been hands, feet, books, backpacks. It would have been a real rumble in the jungle if students would have not been restrained by the authorities that were there.
That's an interesting perspective. Say more. Why do you think that?
Because I think that they're well within their right. If this is where we live and you want to essentially trespass at my home with racist, white supremacist rhetoric and be trying us, then that could escalate. Yeah. And I think their intention was to create disruption, create a scene, try to make students look bad. And I don't really take the stance of like, dignity, civility, when it's like white supremacist antagonization. I don't really have that position. Is that the wrong position? I see your face.
I am not having a judgment right now. I'm just curious on why you think that security, because it wasn't even that many security guards.
It wasn't.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it was gonna be that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I went to TSU. There's been more for less.
Against who?
Say more.
Who was y'all fighting?
I'm curious.
I'm just asking. This is a question.
Are you accusing?
I'm not accusing nobody of nothing.
No. I'm just curious.
Like,
where did you go to school? Out of curiosity.
The same school Candace Parker went to.
Candace Owens?
Candace Parker.
Oh,
don't do that. Don't do that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm not sure.
That.
Was that an HBCU?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Oh, got it. Okay. So, are you insinuating black on black crime?
No, I'm asking. I'm just saying that sometimes people do show more restraint against other people.
That's real.
And maybe we should.
From the videos I seen, that didn't seem to be the energy that was in the space.
Okay, yeah.
And from the tension that I feel in the world, that don't seem to be the energy where it's 3 against 100. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I'll say that. But I will say, if it was at TSU when I was at TSU, it might have been a different situation. It might have been a very different situation, or maybe not.
Okay.
All right, let's move forward. We'll talk about let's talk about the ancestors. Recently, the
revolutionary.
Yeah, so many words we could use. Revolutionary, member of the Black Panther Party, member of the Black Liberation Army, legendary ancestor. Assata Shakur, has transitioned. And it was ironic because we just finished reading the Assata Shakur autobiography in August. Mm-hmm. And we learned so much from her life, learned so much from her struggle, and the resilience, the beauty, the brilliance to be like, I'm going to summarize like each chapter with poetry.
That
like
was beautiful.
It was incredible. So she left something for us behind for us to learn from, which I think is really important for all of us to think about. Like, what are we going to leave behind? Mm-hmm. Like, that's what it makes me think. Because so many people, have been celebrating her life and her legacy and her connection to community, her connection to organizing. And it just makes me always think about, like, what do I want to leave behind? Like, what is as an artist, it makes me think about, like, what is the work that I want to leave behind that people can study, gain from, and apply, and like have the lessons that they can keep up with.
Yeah, I am curious about this. It's in the same line, but this is maybe the second time you've talked about on the podcast, like legacy and leaving something behind. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious, why does that come up for you a lot?
I think it's important. I feel like without the lessons of our ancestors, this organization doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. And like, if in the words that I've heard Fresco Steez use, shout out to Fresco, our role in movement is to extend that window for as long as we possibly can. And one of the greatest ways I feel to extend the window is to leave something for people to learn from. Yeah. And to make it clear and understandable. So it's like, how many times we've been reading stuff and it's like, oh my goodness, this is how we should do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it fast tracks our progress.
Yeah. I love that. And I'm also thinking about,
oh, I'm saying legacy, and you thinking Jay-Z, like I mean in a Jay-Z way?
No, I don't think that.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about, I'm just curious where it comes up, and you explaining that is like, we know in many ways the tools that we get around how we organize, how we engage in leadership development is like from lessons, books, speeches from people who left things behind. But they also left behind like shifting things in the material too, being like, we're gonna shift and we'll start co-ops, or we'll shift and we'll start a different type of political system. Mm-hmm, we'll shift and we'll start a new way of how we approach design and community. And so, but it also makes me think about is like not just legacy, but what am I responsible for in this present moment too? Like, how do I hear what you're saying. I want to go really, really how do I get really, really intentional and deep about who I am right now?
Mm-hmm.
If nobody ever writes about me, if I'm not in a history book, if nobody ever sees what I said on YouTube or Instagram, like what am I making people feel right now? And also, how is that maybe also in some way building the foundation for legacy in the way that that we're thinking about Assata Shakur
So,
right now?
yeah, I'm glad you said that, because a lot of times I think that I could use better language. Like, legacy sounds like, you know, I don't know, something. It's almost like they say a true artist isn't respected until they die, type deal. It's like, how do we actually shift the world right now? And for me, when I'm saying the word legacy, it's like the people that I believe left a strong legacy is the people that did something with the time that they had, right? And that we are able to learn from what they did with the time that they had. And also the reason why I think I use this word maybe differently than it's used like culturally right now is like, legacy is like, you're going to be alive for 100 years approximately, hopefully, you know, but we can learn from Assata Shakur for the next 1,000 years.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's actually
Mm-hmm.
the greater impact is like on the other side. But it is really important to state that, like, I don't think, you know, I'm going to respect somebody's legacy much more if it's based on what they did in real time and how they affected the world in real time.
Yeah.
That's what I want to learn from, because my actions exist right now.
Yeah.
I'm not doing stuff for like, I'm really not doing stuff for like, oh, once I die, somebody's going to read about this in a book. No, I'm like, people need stuff today. Like, that's the focus. And I think everybody that reads something, they're reading it in real time. So they need to be able to apply it in real time too.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I wasn't critiquing your language for sure. I was just,
Maybe you are.
No, I promise I wasn't.
It might have been.
I wasn't critiquing.
Poquito.
No, I didn't even think about I didn't know what you was talking about with Jay-Z until it popped into my head. I was like, oh, he do got that song, Legacy. But no, it wasn't a critique. It was like, I think what I was seeing in my head was like, how do I be mindful of like how I'm shaping the future while also being just as present in the current moment. That was really what I'm because that's what I'm.
They're
trying
hand
to
in
think
hand.
about.
They can't be divorced from each other.
Exactly. So that's what I was getting at. I'm like, and it was more so. That's why I was asking you a question, because I'm like, that's what I want to be thinking about. And to your point, it is hand in hand. How I behave and move right now in this present moment will be my legacy. Like, whether it's my legacy with my 2 kids or my legacy with like
2 kids. Is there an update you would like to share?
No.
You sure?
That was very specific though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Twins?
With my
Moving right along.
No, that's so wild.
And
Why would you say that? But anyways,
I wish the best for you.
thank you.
If that's your dream, is that your dream?
Now we're in the future, right? So both my legacy and my dream, and how do I exist across time and space?
The worlds are colliding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think about your center.
Yeah, you're right.
Where do you dance from? Okay, this is getting too internal.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so yes, Assata Shakur. So much to like Black revolutionaries, the Black liberation movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, when is the first time you heard about, discovered, were invited to learn from Assata Shakur?
I don't know that it was Assata Shakur. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember the first time. There's an image that I have in my head, and I'm trying to think of who it was. The image doesn't have a face, but this is ironic. It's a light-skinned Black man with a small afro and a beret and a leather jacket on.
See, Huey Newton?
It's not Huey Newton.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. It might have just been a member.
Yeah.
But
I think I see it.
I could see it.
He
like
with Erica Huggins or
no, he's in a line.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Is it H-Rap?
No, is it a video where they're talking about the hair?
It's just a photograph.
Okay, yeah, no.
Like, this could literally just be like a member we do not know the name of.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing the image of him because I remember the focus, at least, memory is romantic.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I remember, I feel like I saw it somewhere in like a political Black book. I don't even remember where, but I remember seeing this picture and being like, whoa, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Because it just seems so different than the reality I lived in. Like growing up in Nashville, it's like, before the city exploded, it wasn't nothing to do. It wasn't really like, you had your church, you had your school, you had whatever program you might have been in, and that was about it.
Yeah, youth about business.
Youth about business. You know what I'm saying? You might have been golfing in Bordeaux if you was out there in the driving range with me. Like, but I remember seeing that image, and it pulled me in immediately. And that was the moment that I was like, I need to go that direction. Gotcha. I don't know what that direction is. I don't have no language for it. I don't have nothing, but this resonates with me more than everything else that I'm learning. I had to be like 12.
I am so grateful for this conversation right now, because how you approach our work, like the arts and culture, the t-shirt, the things that you weave into it, it makes so much more sense. Because
this like, this feels like I need to go there.
Ooh, it's a calling. My goodness.
Yeah. And it's almost like we got to put it's like the bat signal in the sky. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like we got to put the sign up in the air. What's the time? How long before the tears?
No. Because I'm literally seeing you have that experience. Yeah. And I feel you. And I feel that 12-year-old like woven into,
it's a curiosity. It's like, how do we spark the curiosity and also spark the connection at the same? I'm going to go that direction.
It's something else there though. It's like there, but it's like, it's also spiritual. It feels like it's like,
for sure.
But it's spiritual. But it's like, how can a picture, how can the texture of my clothes, how can the way I wear my hair invite you into something deeper? Invite you into like making a lifetime commitment.
Because you got to also remember, I'm a 12-year-old black kid. My parents is from Chicago. So I'm like first generation Nashville.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody that.
But the world around me did not really match that. Like the history that was, we were still saying the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of the day every day. So I was just like, this feels more like what life is supposed to be, or at least what my life is supposed to be. And I always was looking at stuff. It was always like, okay, if it's a Martin Luther King program, I want to lock in. If it's they teaching me, I got the pleasure of learning about Malcolm X, I really got to lock in, because this is like hidden knowledge. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this not in the book.
Yeah.
So it was always like, I always was seeking for it. And unfortunately, I did not have any reference point for real. My parents was very pro-black, super like, you gonna read because your ancestors fought and died for you to be able to read. You gonna vote because your ancestors fought and died for you to vote. Like they instilled that in me, but it didn't have the contextualization that you get from an organization.
Right.
And I remember, look, I was telling you this before. I remember going to church, a black church, and at the end of the service, they saying, "God bless you, God bless your family, and God bless Israel." Like that happened. If you went to Born Again around the early 2000s,
you was there.
You was there, and that's what the pastor used to say. And I used to not know what he meant by that.
What are we doing?
I'd be like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But now in context, I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is very potentially insidious.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Or ignorant. You know what I mean? But either way, I just think, and not to bash Born Again, shout out to everybody on West Trinity Lane, but I think about that now, because I'm like, what was my first interaction with Israel? And it was like being in a black church and hearing a black pastor be like, pray for Israel, and not even tell us why.
Yeah, we were just praying. It was like,
I'm just like, okay, God bless Israel.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is a tangent.
We were talking about how you first, like, your introduction to Assata Shakur.
Yeah. So I think it was really more so my introduction to the Black Panther Party, and then slowly but surely you begin to find the names, the Fred Hamptons, the Huey Newtons, the Assata Shakurs, all of these people, Eldridge Cleaver, and even though obviously people feel many ways about many of these people. We are not the totality. We are not the worst thing we've done. And also, it's important to say we're not the best thing we've done either. Okay? We somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
So, that was kind of my introduction. What was yours?
I yeah, I think the first time I really heard of Assata Shakur for real was like 2011 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got her book and I had been just like studying it because I didn't learn a lot about like Black liberation. My first introduction, my first time being introduced to like Black radical thought was like Paul Robeson, Fannie Lou Hamer, Ella Baker.
Really?
In 2000, but it was because it's so funny.
That was your introduction?
Yeah, let me tell you the
I didn't
story.
learn about them names until I was grown.
This is the story. I wanted to be a lawyer, so I met this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm about to start a Black Law Student Association pre-law division." So I'm like, "Cool, I'll do it with you." He kind of decided he didn't want to do it, so then it just became me, and so I had it because I'm a startup organization.
That's real.
So we started. I started the.
There's another side to that coin.
That is right, and it means it's perfect, but I'm gonna do it. But we had an interest meeting, and in walks this guy, this white guy. It was I don't know. Have you ever had a time when it's like this is the day
moment.
changed my life, or maybe it didn't change my life, but it brought me into destiny. Like it was like 5 of us, and we were like, oh, we were so hungry to learn more about like how we could change the world, and he was introduced to Fred Hampton, and then we got with one of our professors who ended up teaching my Latin American Revolution class, and we held like a film, and in that film we studied
You had a
Paul
Latin
Robeson.
American Revolution class?
Look, AUT, but right. That's what, but when I talk about Cuba and I talk about Venezuela, it started in those classes.
And you know what? Okay,
yeah.
I want you to continue this story, so don't forget where you at. But this is why we need robust investments into education.
Yes.
You can't have those classes when you barely hanging on to your core English, math.
Yeah.
You can't have those types of classes where you can get into the nuance and the detail of things if you can't fund it.
Yeah.
And it's like we need the funding to be able to have enough teachers there, to have enough people to have top tier talent that's like gonna help you make the connections.
We go back and forth to Guatemala to like study democracy, like, and so we would sit and we were like, we're gonna study the Freedom Riders, and we had a film. I think it was a 3-day film thing in a 3-day film event during Black History Month where we looked at we studied Paul Robeson. I was like, what? And that's when I like really learned about Fannie Lou Hamer, Ella Baker. And after that I was just like so hungry. But if we talk like, and I remember this isn't like super brand new because I grew up African Methodist, so I would get pieces of that, but this brought it all together. And so I ended up with Assata Shakur. I read her book, and like one day I was working at the Parks and Recreation Center in Knoxville. Every job I work at, I'm gonna read. When I worked at the library, I was supposed to be putting books up, but I was reading them books. And then at Parks, I read the book in one day, and I was like, oh my.
You read Assata Shakur's autobiography in one day?
Yeah. No, I did.
Are you Cat Williams?
No, I'm not. But that means I had a lot of time because
Clearly.
It was before the young people came.
Oh, you was smart early. You know how long it would have took me to read a 300-page book?
Oh, yeah. I was in college, though.
Okay.
Oh,
maybe it's just me.
No, I love reading, though. Like,
reading is not, I used to get in trouble behind reading. Like, reading is very important in useful medium. Boring.
Oh my God, I
so
love
boring.
reading. Because I can go at my own pace and I can paint my own pictures.
When I would read, I would find myself daydreaming while reading.
Oh.
It wasn't sensory enough for me. Like I'm reading and I'm either going to go to sleep or I'm going to be reading words while I'm reading words and my brain is doing something else at the same time. And I would reread the same line over and over again. Eugene probably knows. I feel like a lot of like, not that you're not an artist or creative, but I feel like a lot of people that are that way often drift off when it's reading because it's so horrible to look at. Like it's just a beige page with Times New Roman on it. And I'm just like, I hate looking at this.
Brains are different. I literally get to create my own world. I get to create.
Maybe I didn't know how to grasp my imagination
Yeah.
and join it to that. Because I'm just like, this is born. Do you relate to this?
I agree.
You
I've only been on fire a few times to like really get through a book, and it was like James Baldwin, also Assata Shakur.
Yeah.
I listened to that one though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's
that's
okay.
real.
That's how you get
That's
your
real.
information.
And I want to say, because Eugene don't have a mic, Eugene said he was only on fire for a few books. James Baldwin, Assata Shakur were some of the books that he was on fire about, but he's had a similar experience. Like,
Yeah.
it is a thing, and it could just be maturity too. But it was, I'm going to tell you what it also was. My introduction to reading was stuff that I did not relate to or connect to.
When did you first say more? Like, we're back. This is going.
I used to get whoopings for English reading tests. Like, because I would try and read the book.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would sit me at the dining room table and be like, you don't get up until you finish reading this book.
Oh, and it was hard.
10 minutes later, I'm asleep. Get up, read the book. I'm like, okay, I'm going to read the book. Sleep.
Yeah.
I
can't
couldn't
do it. Yeah.
I literally couldn't do it no matter how hard I tried. But I realized after I read Ernest Gaines, A Gathering of Old Men, it was either A Gathering of Old Men or A Lesson Before Dying, but it was the first black author I ever read. And I was like, I'm into this. I like to read this. It was like all these other books.
What were you reading?
I don't even remember. I didn't read them. I
don't
really remember.
I love
That's when I learned how to cheat.
Okay, you look.
Well, there's a will, there's a way.
There is a way. I love the library. Like, I worked at the library twice in my life. I got fired from one library. Like,
for reading?
No.
Getting fired from the library for reading? It's crazy.
No, it wasn't for reading. It was because I couldn't. You know how you have the books and you have all the stuff on it.
The Dewey Decimal System.
To check it out,
Yeah.
like the paper stuff, I couldn't do it right because I'm not creative in that way. My hand's not still enough to put the sticker on the book the right way, so I got fired.
I don't think it's a creativity thing.
Well, whatever it is, I didn't have it. I'm like, you want me to file them, put the books up, but that's my introduction.
Okay.
And I think I am curious. Like, I love the work of like My Brother's Keepers and other folks who are doing work around like how do we increase the literacy.
Yeah.
Because if we go back, bring it back to Assata Shakur, who escaped to Cuba, where she died, and she was free in Cuba because, again, they had a bounty on her head, and FBI was looking for her in the United States. She was able to get to Cuba. Cuba also, right, site of revolution, were able to beat capitalism, right, or at least win a revolution in the revolutionary process. But one of the first things after that revolution was we're going to increase the 12-year-olds, 8-year-olds were teaching people how to read because that is what you need to participate in our democracy. So,
for all the Kendrick Lamar fans, go look at the PG Lang logo and then look at Fidel Castro's literacy program logo.
Which is absolutely, if you can find a documentary on it, it's absolutely amazing and beautiful. But that's also why we think about youth organizing in that way. Like that inspiration of like young people being like, we're responsible for each other. They being like, I'm going to teach you how to read so we can make collective decisions because collective governance requires literacy.
It's real.
And so,
how you gonna participate if you don't know what you're talking about or what's going on?
What is our responsibility to making sure that we are a part of that work here? When it's like, the books are boring, or I'm hearing from you that it's even creatively it's different, and how some people can sit down and read, and some people are like, no, I don't got it.
Yeah, but I do think we need the rigor to read. I think it's critical to read things, but I do think it is probably somewhat intentional to frame a black child's mind to say reading is boring and does not apply to me by curating the literature in a particular way. And it's like, if none of this has anything that I relate to in it, then obviously I'm not going to seek knowledge in books.
I'm thinking about young people, English as a second language, where you like trying to, they're not even able to engage without the right resources.
Yeah.
And we know they're taking away funding for education on the federal level, able to engage in the process here, and then maybe don't always have the support to do it in their first language.
Yeah.
So I'm just like thinking about also, what does that mean about, democracy? What does that mean about our ability to engage in like community together if I don't have access to those things? So it's like black people who are, English as a second language. Like, I'm just that feels really important for us to think about when we talk about, our organizing work, the varsity spending plan, how we build community, language justice, all of those things.
And you've been having a good opportunity to learn from a lot of Black women about building community, language justice. How does, the way you show up affect the organizations that you lead?
Mm-hmm.
So what's been going on in your life, Erica?
Yeah, good segue. Yeah. I've been like, look, I feel like I was reflecting on September as we were coming to an end. I was like, I had a really beautiful September.
Okay, tell me about it.
I really did. Like, I spent time with some homies in Atlanta, like, just really having fun and being like, we're gonna laugh together, we're gonna talk about work, but we're gonna do it from a place of joy, and it might be hard, but we're gonna be in conversation. And then we went to New York, got to like go on Broadway and go shopping. Not too much though.
Yeah, we tried to shop.
We tried.
I don't know if it worked out.
It didn't work. I ended up getting some tennis shoes, and then we went to a cute little party.
You did get some fire Adidas, yeah.
Look, and we went to a little party. That was fun.
Yeah, shout out to Toch. We went to I want to name the party. South House. We went to South House.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was, y'all. If you looking for them, they
They
might
in
be
there.
in New York. I ain't gonna hold you.
Our people is in there.
They look.
Your people is in
Okay,
there.
they was in there. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then I think I went to Baltimore. We went to Baltimore.
Yes.
Did a panel on co-governance. That was really great.
Yeah.
And we had like food. Yeah, you had crab legs or something. What you get?
I ain't had no crab legs, but I did have some shrimp.
Yeah.
And I had the catch of the day, which I don't remember what it was. It was like a Japanese salmon or something.
They ate down.
But the panel we had, what was interesting, we talked about our co-governance work, right? And shout out to Councilwoman Delisha Porterfield, who was also there. We talked about what the processes look like for our budget campaign in Nashville, and which is the varsity spending plan, and also kind of giving people like some of the tools to do that where they're at. And the interesting thing that seemed to be a through line to me is that, one, people gotta realize, and this I don't like the way it sounds, so I'm gonna probably rephrase it afterward, but I'm gonna get it out so we can get it out. Council people that are on city council are people too, and that's not a bad thing, but also sometimes they be doing they be working for the devil. And some of those people do. All of them do not, but some of them do. They be bought and paid for. And these people in these cities be like, yo, our city council be corrupt. Our city council don't be for the people. Our city council, used us to get elected, and then when they got in there, they didn't look out for our community. Like, that is a very common thing that they're experiencing. But also, sometimes city council members be values aligned with your community organization, and there's work you can do, but because of all of the built up tension and all of the past history and the context, the harm, you know what I'm saying, it builds a wall between that relationship from ever forming. So we were able to kind of talk through some of those scenarios and hopefully provide some good lessons that we've learned that they can go and implement in their cities. Yeah,
I did really enjoy the co-governance panel that we did together. And I think that one of the major things that I felt like we lifted up with Councilwoman Porterfield, you and I, was like the relationship building, the infrastructure, and the base building that's necessary. Because I feel like co-governance cannot happen absent a base that is engaging in leadership development and organizing and like an assembly process. Like, that is and everybody don't have that approach, but I believe that is kind of the most people-centered approach. And you're right. You're not wrong at all. I think and a lot of times you hear leadership development in a few different ways. It'd be like super like what's it called? Fortune 500, whatever. Or it'll be like athletic, me speaking as, a black cishet male. Some would say a cishet hero, but that's another story. Who said that? Put the candy part here. Who said that?
But you don't really hear about it in the context of like, no, you gotta be a good moral like human being, and you gotta deal with your past trauma, and you gotta deal with like the things that may show up in your leadership and your character. So I think that's a really important part that is oftentimes neglected. So I'm really grateful for like, the group that you were with recently who are like focusing on that and spending some time to deal with that, because y'all are like power players in how we shape the world today. So I think being able to be strong in that area affects everybody else.
Absolutely. So went to Baltimore, then I went to Baltimore again, for some training, leadership development.
That
Got
girl
to
gonna train.
spend some time with some friends, some homies. Like, really, I'm like, oh, I love them down. Like I'm like, oh, like, I hope your life is beautiful, and I want to help make it happen. But then what's really dope, because if you on the East Coast, you can get anywhere quick.
Right.
So I was supposed to go to Newark. So then they were like, take a train to Newark. But then my homie was like, oh, if you stop in Philly, you can get in the car and ride to Newark with, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So I was able to, like, it was fun. And
Yeah.
then I had fun in Newark. Got to do this story budgeting conversation. That was great.
Okay.
And then I got on the flight back because I was tired.
Any updates you want to share with the people?
And I came back
Okay.
I came back on Sunday. No, Saturday. Came back Saturday and went to church on Sunday because God
Praise the Lord.
He is faithful.
He's faithful to your prayers, ain't he?
Ain't he? Look.
Some of us have been praying for things.
We've been praying and we've been fasting.
What you been praying for?
They say, heaven send the rain.
Did he send
and
it?
Sometimes I look around.
That's a politician.
I look around when I come into work and I'm like, oh, I'm living in an answered prayer. I came in and I came in early, and one of my coworkers, he was in, and he was just singing glory to God. And I said, I pray for a prayer warrior like you to be on staff. So
Amen.
yeah, amen.
Okay.
So that's what I've been up to, and then I'll be back in 2 weeks.
We'll see you soon.
What you been up to?
Man. I hate to go. It's an organizing pod today. It is what it is. We
Ooh, I can't wait to hear.
We
this.
in it.
Yes.
You already heard this.
I know, but every time I hear it, it makes me so happy.
We had a mass meeting while Erica was out of town, and that's not a diss, but our organization is capable of being in multiple places at once because we have a leaderful movement.
We do.
The mass meeting was so good. I was nervous. I was nervous because
we talked about it all week.
You ever threw a party and the party started 9 and nobody's showing up until 10.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh my God, it's 9:30. What if nobody comes all night? This is gonna be a L. You kind of have them feelings when you do events. Like, it's before the thing even supposed to start, and you like, oh man, what if nobody comes? Knowing that you did what you were supposed to do to get people in the building. Room ends up full. Like, we did a shout out to all the outreach we've done. Shout out to the African Street Festival, the outreach committee. Shout out to everybody that like phone banked and all of these things. We got a full room, right? So we'd having a mass meeting. I gotta lift up Denzel. Denzel does this powerful landscape analysis that connected what happened at TSU campus to the current political climate to that other organization that's doing actually a robust and phenomenal job, unfortunately for evil, of
that's
organizing young people.
I know earlier I said that it was dying, but it actually is growing in many ways too.
In many ways, yeah. It's we fighting a war. We're fighting a war. And the war is largely a narrative war because we are facing people who have the means and the money to control what is being consumed by people, what is being said by people, and being able to amplify the work of white supremacy. We fighting that. But Denzel got into all of that, right? He did a landscape analysis, help people understand.
Him on to do that here.
He should do it here, but he talked about Turning Point USA and how they're on 3,500 high schools and college campuses. 3,500 in the U.S. and how their core beliefs is that the U.S. Constitution is the greatest. This is literally, their core beliefs are the U.S. Constitution is the greatest political document ever drafted. The U.S. is the greatest country in the world, and capitalism is the most moral economic system that exists.
Oh, so they trying to save capitalism?
Yes, that is in their core pillars through white Christian nationalism.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Whoa.
Yes.
But it's some black people over there too, ain't it?
100%.
Yeah.
And they're on all of these campuses.
Wow. But also black people be practicing.
And it has a direct. People been talking about your girl. Oh, no, that's Candace. Sorry. Wrong Candace. But they've been talking about. That's definitely not your girl.
Yeah.
It's definitely not your girl.
Because my Candace is gay.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop that.
Only Candace we acknowledge is Candace Park.
Right.
All right. So, yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of connections to her work in that organization as well. And that man as well, apparently. She's toe up about him. Ask his wife what's going on. But the question is, why do we organize young people? Because we understand what they're doing on the other side. We understand the context that whoever controls the youth controls the future. And our thing is not even about control. Our thing is about giving them the tools to be able to self-determine and to have full and thriving lives. Their thing is about control. Their thing is like, if we can control them, then we can control all time in perpetuity.
Families and communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we not with that. And that really connection was drawn clear. And it was so crazy because after we kind of like opened up the floor, we had community conversation. We started realizing how many people from all over the world was in the room. We got people from Ghana. We got somebody, I think they said Somalia was there. Yeah. Somebody from, a black woman from Sweden. And she was like, yeah, it's black people in Sweden. Niggas was like, what?
I love y'all.
But yeah, like she was super, super dope. Like, it was just this global analysis that was connected to the local action that we were taking place in, and people knew these things, but they didn't have the language for them. So you can tell that people were being sharpened in real time. They're being inspired in real time. They have hope for like what the future can look like, and they got an ask and action steps that they can go do this week. So.
What's they work for this week?
This week is about our October 25th student-led People's Movement Assembly, to invite more people to that. It was like, one of the questions we asked this week in our breakout groups, or at the mass meeting, our breakout groups, was what are the things you can do this week to organize more people in your community? Yeah. In your, like, who's at your church? Who is that? And we got in the breakout groups and really started being like, okay, what church do you go to? Who can you talk to at this church about making a church announcement? Who you going to invite? Text 5 people in your phone this week. Like, it was those type of hard steps to get more people into the room, to create more organizing power. And I think they drew the connection of what it means to organize. Yeah. So it was one of our best mass meetings to date. It was just so incredibly powerful. Our leaders showed out, the members showed out. Like, it was just truly a manifestation of what it means to have a leaderful movement and why you have to have that. Yeah.
I love that. I'm so sad I missed it, but I'm happy we can be in multiple places at one time. And I can't wait to, like, I keep hearing about it. Like, it had to be the best.
I'm telling you.
It had to be the best.
Maxine did Assata's chant at the end, turned it up.
I already know. Yeah. And y'all had a good icebreaker too, I heard too.
We did. You would have look. It was like your favorite restaurant in Nashville. It was so many new restaurants getting added to the queue.
Okay, I need that.
Yeah, we need the list.
So we got the community dinner coming up.
October
I can't wait
21st,
for that.
Yeah.
And then we got the PMA. So it's like we are gonna keep. And y'all had a men's circle last week. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we had a men's circle. It was great. It was about conflict resolution.
Ooh, and you taught me some stuff about conflict resolution.
That's true.
So
look, it happens.
You missed my birthday. It's conflict.
It's up and it's stuck.
That's harmful.
Okay, heard. But yeah, it's been great. And then on another note, for me, I've been like finding. I think Black August prepared me for the level of rigor that was going to be required for me in September and October. Yes. Like, that got me prepared for it. And I'm like, we doing a lot of work, we doing a lot of things, but I'm finding a new level of capacity that I did not have in the past. And I think it comes from like the call of the moment. Like, we in the moment. I was saying this. I was realizing this the other day. I'm like, I don't think we really understand how bad it is right now. I don't think, and when I say we, I just mean like the general public. Like, I don't think we realize that, like, no, for real, like, this is a fascist regime. Yeah. Like, they finna start IDing y'all. Yeah. Like, you finna have to start wearing something on your shirt. Like, it's going that direction. Mm-hmm. And I shouldn't say y'all, I should say us. But because it's absolutely insane, and we see that they are fighting to hold on to it. We see that they're not letting up. They're weaponizing website homepages. Like, you got Netanyahu saying the battlefield now is social media, and you got Oracle in Nashville buying TikTok. Mm-hmm. Like, it's very close to home. It is hyper local, and it is disgusting. Yeah. No, for sure. It's all of that. That's why we got to fight back. And I think one of the things that helps me keep fighting is knowing my history and whose legacy I come in. And so the segues today going crazy.
Not for real. And so this day in history, I actually have two, and I feel really
torn about.
I feel really grateful.
Okay.
To be able to celebrate them to this month. So one is Nat Turner's birthday is October 2nd.
Shout out to OG.
And we know Nat Turner led a rebellion
in August.
In August, and they did not capture him till October. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did not capture him until October.
The way they write about it,
yeah, no, because
it make it seem like it was pretty immediate.
No, it was ongoing. It was like August, and then he got captured like at the end of October, and they killed him in November.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I did read that.
But his birthday is October 2nd, and he led a rebellion.
Man, shout out to the OG.
Yeah, he led a rebellion. So
and he was a preacher.
And that's the thing. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah.
He was very, very spiritual. Like he would say, I got this message from God, I have to act on it. And he got a few messages leading up to that actual rebellion where it was an eclipse, and he was like, this is a sign. And he's like, and he was a preacher, so he would read in the Bible and say like the serpent has to go, and like freedom is here, like in the language of the Bible. But that was his inspiration. Like he was tapped in. Like, and Harriet Tubman, same, very spiritual. God is on our side. Like we should read God of the Oppressed and Black Liberation Theology by James Cone. But there's so much literature around what it means for Black people to be in spirit, and it can be many different avenues to God. But thank you for mentioning that around Nat Turner. And then Fannie Lou Hamer's birthday, who is always with us.
Come on now.
Birthday October 6th. Born in Mississippi. And so for us, we know that she was a freedom fighter. Right here, right? And also on my wall at the house, So I get up like, all right, what we finna do today? Yeah, it's the picture. It's from you.
It might be a poster that you acquired wrongfully.
I did. I did. But she, really beautiful. I mean, it's so interesting. I was reading. She went to a meeting. SNCC and SCLC held a meeting. And then, like, she went to that meeting, was inspired, was like, I got to do some work in 1961. By 1962.
In Mississippi?
Okay. 1962, she became an organizer with SNCC.
When was the meeting?
It was some point in 1961.
Okay.
But then, like, by August 1962, so at least 8 months later, she was an organizer. So you could see that leadership development happening in some ways pretty swiftly. And then she would go on to lead voter action. She would train people around like how to register to vote, how to use voting as a tool. But the other huge thing, which is just as important, she was like, how do we build power? So she started the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. And then what people don't often talk about is like her work around co-ops, around like land banks, around
the pigs,
giving pigs away, buying property so that Black people can collectively own stuff and collectively own stores and house each other and make sure Black people were employed. But like that also being extremely significant, and which is why one of the pillars of our work is like both the like, democracy work, which is like the collective democracy and governance, but the other huge piece of it is like the economic democracy. And Fannie Lou Hamer is somebody who, when we talk about legacy, we can look to for that. So I just feel really held in my back, like in strength and how in being able to honor their birthdays this month.
Yeah, and it's a picture of Fannie Lou Hamer in my office talking to Muhammad Ali.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's iconic.
That's so cool. I wish I would pay so much money to find out what they was talking about.
I would, what I really want you to do is in your imagination, like what would it mean to be like, I'm gonna write a song about what that conversation was, or I'm gonna sit and be like, how can I just meditate and be like, what?
Funny you say that. Funny you say that.
Okay.
Because that sounds like something I would never do. Would I?
Okay. If I
but
could
wait. Let me do my segue.
Okay.
Let me do my segue.
Okay.
All right. Funny you say that, because that sounds like a thing that I would never do. But you know who would?
Who?
Common. Common had his first album come out October 6th. I believe it was 1992. And it was called Can I Borrow a Dollar? In that album, so Common, okay, I got a critique of Common, and I hope he hears it. And I say this as a little brother to a big brother. Cut it out.
What are you doing?
Cut it out with the songs. Okay? When he said, as Bobby walked through Ferguson with our hands up, I said, stop it right now. You get off that microphone right now.
Why?
Cause it's corny. Like if you gonna talk about the movement, if you gonna talk
glory.
about revolution, make it better. Write a better song. Like make
Yeah.
the songs amazing.
Maybe
like,
he trying to relate to just somebody grandmama.
she not finna go get in the street. Like I appreciate grandma. We need her in the
My
movement.
grandma-
There's a role for her in the
My
movement.
great aunts got in the streets with the
As grandmothers?
yes, like in 2000,
Yeah.
2020 with the oxygen tanks was in the streets.
See, I feel like we doing something wrong. If grandma got to get out there in the street, we not moving people the right way.
Okay, she
Like,
wanted to. She felt compelled.
I feel that, and I respect that, and I want to honor her ability to choose what she want to do with her life. And don't make that
now
song
you got glory in my head.
horrible.
What the
Horrible
kids used to sing
music.
that at schools for like they probably still sing it during Black History Month.
You know what else they sing?
Oh yeah, you're right. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. But happy birthday to Common. Is that
No, it's not his birthday.
oh,
That's when
the
his album came out.
my bad.
It's called "Can I Borrow a Dollar?" Some at that time they was calling Common gangster rap. Right. I remember having Common's album. My introduction to Common was the album B. Perfect hip hop album. Perfect
What
hip
was your
hop
favorite
album.
song on it?
Intro. I want to be as free as the spirits of those who left. I'm talking Malcolm, Coltrane, my man Yusef. It was flawless album, right? This is early Kanye before he died that horrible death in the red hat. The
Yeah.
thing was he was trying to make a production that was like kind of an homage to Jay Dilla. Common used to be roommates with Jay Dilla, arguably one of the greatest hip hop producers of all time. So it's been interviews with Common talking about, Jay Dilla used to just have tapes everywhere, just beats. Just I'm living in a house with the greatest producer ever made. Before people know who he is, he's just making beats in the crib.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Like, could you imagine being who's your favorite singer?
Fantasia.
Could you imagine being Fantasia's roommate, and as you smell those flat irons in the bathroom, she is singing
Yeah.
the most beautiful music you've ever
Yeah.
heard in your life?
Yeah.
Like, imagine living in that scenario, and then unfortunately your roommate passes, and somebody says, "I understand that, and I'm going to
Yeah.
make you that album
Yeah.
where you can be your absolute best." That's the album B. So you can't sit there and make B
And then make
and then go make that. You and John Legend need to split them up. The teacher got to split them up in class.
So this is the Selma song that you don't like.
Look, any song
Right.
he has done post like 2016 that's like Black liberation, get it out of here.
Did you like the song about when he fell in love with hip hop with Erykah Badu? That was
Amazing.
Really good. Okay, yeah.
That's way before.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
gotcha.
That was on regular TV.
I don't know any of his other songs.
That's okay. But he's a phenomenal artist. He was one of the people that made me want to rap. Like, real talk. Like, this was one of the people that opened my eyes and was like, oh, you can do this with words. You can do this with
If you knew that
music.
your songs would be sung across middle schools for the
Time
next
out.
20 years,
You lost me.
would you make corny raps?
No.
You-
No, I would have them singing 5 songs. Like, it's going to go
But you
crazy.
know they can't. Maybe it's because it's so simple.
Let it breathe in the air for a moment.
No, it's not that. It's just because it's hard to teach. You got to teach. They teaching them that in like 3 days.
Okay. No, I think we should make high-level art at all times, no
That's
matter
fair.
what.
Okay.
Make high-level art that is for the audience that you're making it for, sure. Make it palatable, but it should still be high level. Like, it shouldn't be like...
So it shouldn't be like
I shouldn't be ripping my ears off
we
when I'm
rocked
listening to
across
it.
Ferguson. So what he say?
See, this is why your genius exists in a different field. You
right.
know what I mean?
I don't know. Okay.
It's okay. Shout out to Common. I love Common.
Happy album release day.
Yeah, the anniversary of Can I Borrow a Dollar?
Was
Shout
there
out
a song you liked on that one though?
A Weeby Wobble, Lord have mercy, through the turkey. It was like it was fresh off the 80s.
But that was Weeby Wobble, turkey, gobble gobble. Like that don't feel kind of like too obvious.
In 1992,
Okay.
context.
Okay. So now Jay-Z helped to get more complicated with the lyrics. Was it the lyricism that changed? Like what?
You know,
I feel like Biggie was complicated with his raps.
yeah. Yeah, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? You know how Juicy is simple but it's catchy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you don't know Juicy, but That's making me sad inside.
No, I know
But-
it.
Close enough. Close enough. Stay right there. Close enough. Music can be great. It can be simple. It can be palatable, and it can be for a lot of people without it being corny.
Okay. I'm always confused when we talk about
Look,
what.
I've made corny songs. I just am real enough to say that's a corny song.
That's real.
It happens.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
shout out to
Common
Common
and Fannie Lou Hamer and Nat Turner.
Ooh, Common got mentioned in the same breath as Fannie Lou Hamer and Nat Turner.
Yeah, because he should feel them at his back.
Saying be better. You're so silly. That's not me, Common. I ain't saying that.
I'm saying it, and I
Okay.
love you.
Okay.
But, bro, switch it up. Okay. This is the other thing, right? Because what's important here is the narrative.
Yes.
We got to move people
You
with
are
the
right,
narrative.
though. Come on, bring it back home. The narrative,
The narrative war.
yeah.
This the narrative war.
We're in it right now.
If people, they are buying the platforms that we spread narrative on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it lands us in a conundrum
My goodness.
because we got to go to where our people are,
Yeah.
right? Unfortunately, we don't own the places that our people are.
No.
We still gonna go there. Like
Yeah.
we may be tactical about how we do so, but
Mm-hmm.
we gotta go to where our people are, no matter where they at. So an important thing for us to keep in mind is what people are listening to, what people are watching, what people are paying attention to, what's
Wearing.
got folks' attention. Right? We're not organizing well if we're not keeping up with these things. New movie came out.
Yeah.
One battle after another.
Gosh.
You know, we may be calling a lot of people in today.
Oh my, Tiana Taylor, you are called inside. Come back.
Come home,
And
Queen.
you need to go sit
Black Queens
for
forever.
a moment. Look, that was a mess. I sat down in that movie. I said, what is this? Yo, I really was, it was gross.
Okay, spoiler alert. We about to talk about One Battle After Another. This is the movie that just came out featuring Tiana Taylor and Leonardo DiCaprio,
And Regina Hall, who has been fine. Love her.
This is
down.
true.
Love
This is
her
true.
down.
And some other great actors, quite honestly.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, well, Avon Williams. What's his name?
Avon Williams.
Not Avon Williams.
A
But
TSU legend.
no, that's not. Sorry, respect to Avon Williams. What's Avon Barksdale? But his name is something. He got a name.
I'm not so sure what his name is. I'm going to be totally honest
Yeah.
with you. I feel bad about it because I love Paid in Full.
Yeah.
But the point is,
I love the game.
point is, can we Google it? Let's Google it.
Yeah.
Let's get his name.
Okay. The Wire too. That's what he's called, Avon. It.
Yeah.
Oh, Wood Harris. Yeah, because
Yeah, I'm like, his name is not Avon.
but that's his name on the show.
Wood Harris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why she get him killed? Oh, I'm so mad.
Yeah. So basically, the movie, just quick synopsis of the movie. There's a black woman that's a so-called
Supposed to be.
revolutionary
She's
freedom
the
fighter,
fakest revolutionary I've seen.
and a
in my-
rat.
Oh yeah,
A rat.
a rat.
She is a part of a revolutionary group called the French 75. The French 75 is trying to free immigrants that are detained in the U.S. So they have
But they
been captured.
also doing something else
who
because
have
they
been
doing a
kidnapped.
lot more.
Yeah, they're making political
They
statements.
trying to. I think they also was trying to make them seem like the weatherman too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to be a revolutionary organization that is like trying to overthrow essentially capitalism in the United States government by a series of events, one battle after another.
I ain't see them knock on no doors or talk to nobody.
No, we didn't say that was organized.
She was knocking down ICE
She's sleeping with the
agents
ops.
ICE agents in hotel rooms.
She's sleeping with the king of the ICE agents.
yeah.
Like the ICE king. She's sleeping
Literally.
with the nigga from Game of Thrones.
Literally. Like, girl, why would you even sign up for that movie?
Crazy work. And then they got on the interview and said, yeah, Assata Shakur is my favorite book. You stop
Girl,
it.
you get that out your mouth now. You take Assata Shakur name out of your mouth now.
Immediately.
No. Not on my watch.
Yeah, it was just wild. It was just wild.
Yo.
It was wild. And I saw it. So there's a series of events that happen. She get caught by the police. She tell on everybody. She go into witness protection. She just
her
tell.
man that she tell the ICE agent who she was.
Yeah, she tell. She have a baby with Leonardo DiCaprio, and then she start ratting on everybody. Okay, cool.
But it ain't even his baby.
He think it is, but it's the ICE agent baby.
Yeah.
She have a baby Ice Cube, not to be confused with Ice Cube. And she has this little person. She grow up under the tutelage of a drunken high Leonardo DiCaprio, who is also pseudo. He's kind of in a state of psychosis. He's kind of like a would-be revolutionary that never was. He's a bomb specialist.
He tried some stuff and then he got his heart broke and then
He became a dad and he just left everything.
Yeah.
So he been getting high and drinking for 15 years.
Yeah.
His daughter growing up with this absentee father and no mama.
And her mama,
because her mama in witness protection.
No, her mama left witness protection.
Her mama was in witness protection for a significant period of time, and then she ratted on. Well, no, she wasn't in witness protection. She ratted on everybody, went into witness protection, and then after her ICE agent King got the Medal of Honor for killing all the revolutionaries, then she left.
Yeah.
So she's a rat. We never rocking with that. And this young girl is growing up from a long line of revolutionaries, according to her grandma, but without the guidance and the rearing from revolutionary parents. Long story short, the ICE agent still looking for everybody, so he find them. You know what I mean?
He tried to join a white supremacist cult.
Yes, he's trying to quite literally. He's trying to join a white supremacist cult.
This is real.
And they find out that this mixed child is his child, and they're like, "Oh no, he's got to go." So he's like, "I'm gonna kill the child so I can be in a white supremacist cult."
Yeah,
it's a crazy movie.
But he's still in love with the mama.
Let me
When
tell
in
you
love
something.
is the wrong word. He still is infatuated with the rat mama.
Oh yeah, obsessed.
Yeah.
Smelling the pictures of the baby, gross. Okay, so I think all of that, and then a bunch of stuff happens in the movie. We can leave it there, but what they do is they paint a black woman as all of the negative stereotypes of black women, right? An absent mother, promiscuous, like all of the stereotypes, angry, whatever. Like paint her as all of these things, and also not very intelligent.
Yeah.
Like in just doing stuff. They paint her that way.
Selfish. They make her look
selfish. And they show like this failed revolution, at least in the process of where battles are being lost. I think as a tool to discourage people from fighting back.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a thing where like the government was like, whoa. Y'all can't be talking about ICE in this movie. Y'all got to take pieces out. And I feel like they had to take stuff out. I could be wrong.
So bad too. Like the father is just like a mess.
Yeah, he's a mess.
Like he wears a house coat the whole entire movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, why won't you take this house coat off?
Look, he high and he drunk.
Yeah.
And he's in a state of psychosis.
But the only people who have organization are the folks who are Mexican. Like, yeah, they're the only ones with any true organization.
Look, shout out to the Mexicans. They had that thing running
and did.
Look,
they were the only ones. Everybody else was like,
I'm talking about tunnels.
He got Leonardo DiCaprio out of jail like twice.
Yeah. And went down. Got locked up for it.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what we doing. That's how we rock.
Yeah, he's like,
whole
I have
time
to make sure you're okay.
He was also the same person teaching Leonardo DiCaprio's daughter how to fight
karate. They help her get free.
Yeah.
Look, now that was a highlight.
Now look, that lady, the young girl eventually goes. You know, they Regina, she saved her, pull her out of school before ICE come and scoop her up. Take her to some, off the beaten path.
And but the daughter do rat stuff.
The daughter's still a rat.
Cause they don't have a cell phone, and she got a cell phone. But they find her.
Yeah, basically the daughter
is a rat too.
Yeah, she a rat, and they said it in the movie. They went to off the beaten path to a little compound they had hid away with some nuns in there with guns and weed. It was pretty fly, actually, not gonna lie. And then the head nun was like, "Yo, the daughter of a rat is a baby rat. We don't need no more of your kind here, but we gonna take the risk, but we watching you." And she ended up getting everybody jammed up just like her mama.
Everybody. But not just everybody, but all these black women.
Yeah.
It was like
who were good.
Away. Like they were away, but all these black women. Yeah.
So long story short, I feel like this movie was put out into the world to discourage people from fighting back, to make people feel like you cannot win this battle. Like the U.S. military cannot win this battle because the left is either unorganized, on drugs, has no integrity.
I don't even know if you can call them the left.
But that's how they trying to paint the left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to paint that left. Because also, let's be clear. What they be talking about in the left in the press is not the left. Okay?
Yeah.
They are the
Democratic Party.
The light right. They diet right. Okay? they gonna go to the right. They just gonna do it very slowly.
You remember the drink Diet Right? Hey, was it Right Aid?
They right Aid. Look, so they be trying to paint that narrative, and it's narratives, and it's like we gotta really show like, nah, there's people that have won. The people won in Cuba. Assata died free. You know what I'm saying? Like there's real revolutionary action that shifts the course of the world for the better. Mm-hmm. And I think people should feel encouraged and inspired by that rather than consuming this propaganda that makes you think otherwise.
Yeah, for sure. What a movie though.
Now, all that aside,
the movie.
Fine movie.
What a movie.
Paul,
I was engaged the whole time.
Now, Eugene told me earlier, Paul got a black wife, white director, black wife. The movie feel a little different now, don't it?
Do it?
Think about it.
Oh, I don't know. I got to go sit and think.
Okay.
Because that starts of that movie, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Think about it. The obsession with that black woman.
But it was who was his name? Ryan Penn? I don't know who the main actor was. It was just. And then Tiana Taylor, like 37, 38. The people she was messing with was like
1,000 years old.
Yeah. And I was like, what are you doing? No, sometimes no is an answer. You can decline some roles.
You got to.
Out of respect for your people.
No, for real.
That's
real.
You can. And I encourage people to do that.
Look, what we say no to is usually even more important than what we say yes to.
It matters. Man, but yeah, so.
Okay. But yeah, we got to win the narrative war, man. We got to give people the education to do. I think it's on us.
You're right.
I think it's on all of us to do our part to help shift the narrative. And we do that by collective action. So I would like to invite y'all out to the community dinner, October 21st. We also have a student-led People's Movement Assembly, where the young people will be leading an assembly structure and hopefully make some decisions. We'll definitely make some decisions and get a deeper commitment to what it takes to push forward the work of the Office of Youth Safety. And yeah, we're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting. We organize to get the goods. It's what we do. What you want to say, Erica?
Nah, I'm just really grateful and excited about the work we up to. Like, we fighting back.
Yeah, for real.
We're gonna win. I see us in the future.
And community organizing is a process. Like it is a process in which we shift power towards our communities. Like it's very important for people to understand that. And that was one of the things I really loved about the mass meeting was that we explained to them the process of bringing people together to collectivize our analysis in order to shift power towards our community.
And exercise power.
And that cannot happen absent deep relationships and leadership development.
Okay.
That's community organizing.
That is.
Okay. So I think it's important for us to engage in that process, to struggle together, to fight together, and to win together so we can change the world.
And we will.
And we will.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.